Alright, hello everybody. Today there was a large update that honestly looked pretty game-changing, if you ask me. If you look through here in the store, as soon as this wants to load, I'm going to lower the quality. There's no reason to play on high quality anyways. But we look at the suits here, and there's 3 EISO slot suits. So I'm sure all of you have seen this, probably by now. If not, then you definitely should have logged in. But these suits seem like they're going to be pretty good. 3 EISO slots gives you so much variety in things you can do, but the price is insane. They're 128 off sale, but they're nice enough to put them on sale right now. Now, I definitely am not going to throw down the money to get all the suits. But I will definitely take the Bruiser suit. So, on top of that, because come on, let's be real, Bruiser suits are insane. Top of that though, we also get a pretty wide selection of EISOs. Now, they come in sets. So the first set here is just immunity and damage reduction. So this is water and cold, burning and fire, electric, you know, so on, so on. It's pretty self-explanatory, and they just put slashing and bleeds together. You go here, and this is where single target attacks give you benefits. So here you get grit, which is alright. This one you gain a shield. And this, I don't know, that sounds pretty good. Desperation, that's decent. Measured attack is probably pretty good if you have somebody who restores stamina a lot, so that might be a good choice on tacticians if you can, you know, find ways to keep your stamina up. This one, okay, so the next set is to start combat with, and I'm not sure if this means you protect permanently or you just start combat with a protect. I haven't had anybody confirm either way. This one is interesting. You start off with back for more, which you come back to life once you get killed. And yes, I'm buying it, because that's silliness. Let's see. And start with survival training. It's pretty good. Magic warding, I mean, that's unnecessary. Start off ethereal, that's kinda cool. But you kinda don't want to be ethereal too much, because if you're protecting, that's not very good. And unless you're some sort of character who really just spams subtle and nothing else, I don't see how that would be really good. But we have this one that gives combat survival training. And that's decent. And I really just took somebody's build from the Avengers League that he already suggested. So that's why I'm buying these specific things. So, we're just going to toss those on the agent. And I have no idea what the suit actually looks like in-game, but we're going to find out. So we're going to remove Bruiser Safeguard for Bruiser E3. So we're just going to put some ISOs on it. I'm really generic. You can do whatever you want. Honestly, there's probably much better ideas. I could probably just go fully defensive. And then everything would be okay. So my agent's really not the offensive type. And who did we put ISOs on yesterday? I don't remember. We did it for somebody. Oh well. Alright, so we got... Okay, so the suit... looks kind of plain. But we want to resurrect. We want survival training. And we want elite. Okay. So my agent is loaded up with some pretty silly passives. And with a setup like this, resurrections obviously are going to be really strong. But what I want to do here, I said today that I wanted to mess with Winter Soldier. So let's go ahead and give him some gear. Of course, we would take this, because, you know, why not? And he can use same category. Where are you? Probably on the first page. The same stuff Elektra was using yesterday. Let's do. Is it? Yeah. Yeah, because Elektra had her own. Okay, never mind. So we got Sharpshooter here, so his next gun attack will really hurt. This skill, I don't really think it matters what I pick. So we will just go with Bloody because we'll just take some damage. For this one, I would always take the Obsolete Tech because that's like a free way of applying it. And then here, I don't have to worry about accuracy. So I wish to take some damage. Simple. And to pair up with him, I had considered Fixer, and because I haven't come up with anything else, it will just be Fixer. Right? Or should we have fun? You know what? We should have fun, because I'm not that high up. So we're gonna run Misty Knight. Now, I've never even run her before. And most likely you haven't either, because I don't think I've heard a single word about Misty Knight since I started. And maybe we'll find out why. Maybe she's one of those sleeper heroes. Who knows? So we want to take, of course, we don't need unavoidable because we're not going to miss. Alright, so we'll take this. And I guess explosive sounds good. Alright. Sorry to spend so much time going through all this stuff, but follow-up gains perfect shot. Don't need crits, because I'm pretty sure I do have, a short-term memory. I already forgot what I was saying. Let's see. There's so much stuff here. If I can just find some powerful... Okay, blaster. We'll probably give it back to Star-Lord. So what are these? All these are tech. So we'll just do tech upgrade. Then finally, deadly crits, we'll just add some damage. What's this? Oh, it exploits everything on targets with the marked for revenge. So we'll just take it off of Beta Ray Bill, because we'll probably use him later, but we're not using him today. So, this is our team. And because we have Winter Soldier, I could either go with Magnetized, or I could go with Detonator Rifle. And today we're going to try the Detonator Rifle, because that is an early warning detector. I cannot spell detonator. You know, it just seems like something that would work really well with him. And it's ranged and a gun, so you don't have to worry about being punished by bruisers who are going to absorb all your damage. So here we go. We're going to do our first 5 Misty Knights and Winter Soldier. I have no idea how this is going to turn out. Alright, so Angela, that's good, and 2 blasters, that's slightly scary, but one of them's magic. She's only going to do half damage. I know this is a targeting skill, so that actually is kind of bad. But I can deal with that. There's no way to remove that specific type of targeting. And then, if I remember right, it gives her some kind of benefit. Yeah, if he dies, then they get health. So that's pretty annoying. So I'm just going to shoot her with the detonator rifle. Right. And I did not expect that to actually just wipe her out. But that's a thing. Okay, well, these guys don't have any health. Alright, so we want to just toss down some mines. They're not really heavily debuffed, so we want to toss down these ones. Boomerang launcher. Okay, so they're debuffed, so they have all the Paragon debuffs for free. And now we can... Okay, so she has a shield somewhere, yeah. So here's a shield. And it's free. So that's wonderful. Here's a quick action. And that generalizes winded and off balance. So she's no longer able to punish me like she was. And take extra damage from counters and follow-ups. Let's go. Shoot rockets at them. And that's pretty much the end of the match. I mean, there's really no coming back from that point. My agent was kind of getting hurt, but that's because everybody was pretty much shooting, and the only person who was meleeing him died. I actually lost about 170 points overnight. That's kind of a lot. So maybe I will have to consider something for my defensive team, but I'll probably just put something fun to, you know, surprise people when they get in. They'll be like, you know, Constrictor Black Cat, what is this? You know? You know, I probably won't actually run those two, but it would be kind of funny. Now, I'm wondering why there's a Baron Mordo here. That's somebody you don't see. I can't even tell you, like, the last time I saw him. I don't actually think this might be the first time I saw him. But let's see. Are we bleeding badly? Kinda, sorta. You know, probably if I get attacked, I'll get an extra turn anyways. And then I can activate my detonator rifle. Alright, well, I'm immune to disoriented, so that's actually not even going to bother me. I'm just cornered. And I don't do anything with that anyway, so it's fine. So we don't want her doing follow-ups. Then we're going to give him some rockets. Alright, phasing. And lost phase. The AI apparently doesn't know that he has skills he can do to remain phased. So, lucky me. And she's shell-shocked and being absorbed. So that's really painful. So we just want to drop some She has actually quite a few debuffs, so we can drop our blast mines here. And they always go after the next person's turn. They don't go immediately, which is kind of weird. Alright. Follow-up damage is being reduced. Boom. Goodness. You know what? He's level 15 and I'm not using any of their class skills. Bad habits for me. Need to remember. So Hailstorm, Agent's out. And then we'll just give him some detonator rifle. Yeah, that's painful. So she has hit me before, I believe. Oh well, we'll just punch her anyways, it doesn't matter. Alright, I really need to get higher level because this stuff is too easy. But, you know, I got knocked down overnight, so what can you do? Been pretty busy today to where I couldn't play as much as I really anticipated. Alright, so he's resistant to magic. I will shoot him. So now I have a passive on. Black Knight is not somebody that you want to put up against this bruiser suit because too much of his, I think all his stuff is melee, honestly. And he just doesn't do enough damage to bypass anything. So he's pretty much just going to be benefiting me. So when my allies are attacked, he'll shoot for free. So I don't even have to make him do anything. So here we go, take it slow. And hit him with this. So that he doesn't get an extra turn. So what do these do again? So this is hobbled, fumbling, and immobilized, which is... Immobilized can be pretty good, but I don't want to actually immobilize anybody because it would hurt me. You know, keep my agent from being able to absorb people all day. And target focus, pressure points, and pain. Pain train. So that's not too bad. Let's see. He's gonna protect, so I just have to punch him pretty much. There we go. So he's out of the picture. Yeah, that's pretty much useless. Oh. Free turns. Love it. Take away their extra turns. Or capability to get one anyways. No, this is pretty much it already. Because there's really no return from this point. Just gonna toss some mines on the floor. Yeah, so the only thing that sucks is all the stuff I just bought kind of prevents me from upgrading my armory anytime soon. But, you know, it hasn't really seemed like something that's been necessary. And I don't even think I'm going to bother upgrading my defensive armory because honestly, I'm just not going to win defensive battles like that. That's just how it works. Even if I had stats, as long as, you know, people have the right gear and people in the top brackets, they have the right gear. There's nothing that I can put on my defensive team that's really going to stop them. You know, I'm going through these guys like 2 magic people and a guy that's clearly holding a melee weapon, so he's automatically lost. That doesn't hurt. So that has like every other turn. Okay, so that's not too bad. This is every turn. Alright, so I've taken away the class bonus of somebody with no classes, because I'm just trying to give them a chance. Ooh. Forgot she had that. That's decent, I guess. Oh, I forgot to do my class bonus. I just so badly want to throw mines on the floor, I just forget. Oh, and your medal. These matches are really easy. Sure, I've said that a couple times, but... like... I'm not sure... for these people if they just don't know that what they're putting in their... oh my goodness. What they're putting in their teams is bad? Or if they just don't have the heroes that are good. I'm not sure which. I mean, I could probably look after the match. She's disabled my melee. What kind of mines do you have on you? You got blasts. And this isn't actually going to kill her if I do this either way. I don't think she has a fatal blow, does she? Or a brutal strike. No. But she does have adhesive X on. Just to apply some more debuffs, because they're gonna stay on her, so it's fine. Yeah, Hot Seat is tearing her to pieces. And that's it. Too much Hot Seat. Honestly, like, that scroll of the Rudamaroth is just the best item ever. It's honestly broken. I know I've been over it before. But I mean, come on, like, a subtle, manipulated, and then you also apply Opportunist, which gives you staggered for free. I mean, it really just offers people no methods of retaliation. It's like, when you can make all debuffs stick to you forever without having that beast, it's so much better. I personally don't care for Beast very much. Like, he's okay. I wish they would take regular Beast and, like, buff him into something usable and different. Because right now, like, if you're not Pestilence, you're not anything. And that's just kind of stupid. I mean, Beast is a character, like, outside of... well, you know, I don't think he's actually one of the four horsemen in the actual storyline. But here, that's all they made him into. Like, you can't really do anything else. So that's actually just kind of lame. He's gonna protect, so we're gonna make him fumbling. She seems like one of those people who would be really good, like, if your teammates actually did fall, then she can come back and pretty much clean up the rest of the game. Because that last skill she has did so much damage, and it's pretty much guaranteed to hit, crit, and blow you up. So it's pretty much without fail. Yeah. Just knife assault. And that's probably not gonna kill him, but we can give it a shot. Close enough. Because he wasn't marked for revenge, because he can't get around my agent. But yeah, so far that suit seems like it's alright. Huh. I'm not sure if I just haven't reset it for today or what. Oh well. Well, that's pretty much it for today. I would definitely invest right now, thanks to the meta, in the Bruiser suit. Maybe the Blaster or the Tactician. Pretty much any of them but the Scrapper. Because, honestly, looking at this, let's take a look at the suits real quick and just talk about, you know, the suits that you actually have available that you would actually use. So we're not going to talk about the old school power armors. No one's ever going to use these again because they don't have any slots. If they had slots, I might use them. I mean, they weren't too bad. The Aegis suits, same thing. I mean, we're just not going to use these ever again. So, you know, when you get to these, you know, these are all decent options. Just the regular Empowered series. Just because you kind of would like to have the, you know, the free class bonus. And that's really just depending on your build. I could imagine there'd be, you know, if you have deadly crits as your prime focus, then you probably want the Blaster Empowered so you can always get crits. Or if you don't have anything stealthy and you always want to bypass stealthiness, you could use this armor. You know, simple things like that. The Infiltrator Safeguard, I don't think I would use that anymore. I mean, fumbling, it can be applied to AoE attacks too, which is alright, but you can get an avoidance effect by just activating your infiltrator power anyways. So I don't really see much of a point anymore. And then you could just use the Elite EISO for the off balance. You know, you can use the PvP one for all of them, so we're not going to mention that every time. But this suit is still decent if you seriously need combo breaker. I mean, seriously need combo breaker. And it only applies every other round or something like that. So you're not always going to have it. But it's an option that's decent. Like, it actually has a purpose still. Well, Bruiser Safeguard, of course you could still use that. And the damage reduction is cool. But honestly, I think it actually, on second thought, may be actually just not that great. Because let's say I'm running the you know, the Bruiser Empowered armor with the the Bruiser Elite EISO. The only thing this is offering is a Protect, and if I automatically just put on a Protect somewhere else, well then I just have the 25% damage reduction, and if you really want just that, I guess that's fine, but you know, free enraging and free extra stats could possibly outweigh that. The Blaster suit's free shields are pretty good. And applying staggered, you know, is amazing. So if you didn't have the Elite EISO, or sorry, if you don't have a scroll to Rudimarath or any other way of just applying staggered to the enemy team or any sort of pinpoint effect, then this could be a good choice. The shield has to be on, I believe, for you to actually apply staggered, if I remember correctly. And it just recharges after, I think, a turn or two after you lose it. And you can't be impaired. Which, you know, the whole thing with impaired is like you can still be webbed and it's pretty much counting as being impaired anyway. Except that webbed is like a more severe version of impaired, so that's kind of annoying. Especially when there were a lot of amazing Spider-Womans around. Womans. Oh my. And this one I'd say it's still useful because debuff actions being a quick action is good and applying hobbled is good. Because that's kind of one of the annoying things for tacticians. So you could, you know, hit whatever infiltrator they have, assuming you don't miss, because there's a good chance of that. Hobble them and you'll be alright. But having your debuff actions, like the ones from the cube, like this is pretty much what you want to run if you're running a synthetic cube. And I wouldn't imagine you'd want to run anything else, and you'd be running it with Snappy Service. You wouldn't be running it with the Elite EISO. You'd only be putting that on... it's not called Elite. I don't remember what it's called. But whatever the PvP ISO is for this, you wouldn't run that with the suit. Then, you know, we get to... Oh, this is the square. I didn't even ISO this. Because they never finished it, and they never are going to. So, skip over that. But I think... As for this suit, I don't feel like this has any purpose right now. Because radiation isn't that annoying. And overexposure, I don't think, is that useful. You know, extra damage on stealthy attacks, okay, wonderful. And you know, you'd pretty much be nearly doomed to using the Infiltrator PvP ISO. So, you know, no more off balance, and you ignore defense on your counterattacks, which will help a lot, actually, with the extra damage from stealthy. So I could see that being a decent option for that. But the radiation part is just kind of eh. But this suit, I still think, is so far the best one out of the three. Because I'm already counting the Bruiser suit as pretty much a loss. I don't think that's good at all. But this one, as you've seen in the previous video, is the absolute most amazing choice for a static team you could ever possibly do. I mean, despite it being a scary option to run Scrapper in the current meta, this makes it no longer that scary, because you know, at the very least, you're going to tear up everybody if you're running a static team. Now, once again, Scroll of Rudamaroth would be great. I suppose you could probably run Beast to make sure they don't remove static, but I don't know. I just really wouldn't want to run Beast with a static team, because you really want all those other people with electric type attacks to just keep, you know, forcing them to eat static procs as many times as you possibly can, because that's what the team is based on. You pretty much want every turn and nearly every counter attack, follow up, everything to just proc another static charge back to back to back to back, and that's pretty much what's going to take them out. This suit is definitely the way to go for that, and the fact that single target attacks always crit is insane. So yeah, that's pretty much my opinion on the suits. So definitely consider getting these things while they're cheap, because 64 gold is a lot, and I actually planned on spending that on my armory, but I have about 6 items worth that I can get. Definitely only going to put items into my offensive side. Not going to put anything more into my defensive side. And then we'll see where it goes from there. But alright, everyone, good luck, and hopefully you don't get battled as many times as I did, because let me even just look through my battle report, because I've only done these 5 today. And yeah, you look down this list and there's just like tons of losses. I beat one guy. See if any Avengers League people played me. Nah. Alright though. Good luck with PvP, everyone. Definitely keep up with the meta, because honestly, I'm just going to be completely honest. This is going to be the last thing I'm going to say before I stop. Your gear on your agent, I think, is the make or break of PvP. Agents have gotten so out of control with the amount of options they have that once you have the right pieces of gear on your agent can literally just meld into any team and just really just push them to their maximum potential. Anybody who needs debuffs, Scroll of Rudamaroth, they're hooked up. Prevent your team from getting hit by nearly everything, and prevent you from getting hit by quite a bit of stuff. You know, cleansing, magic's completely obsolete. This helps Winter Soldier because you can just pick gear that just helps certain people. Like you got static teams, get some electric weapons. You, for some reason, want to run magic, put some magic weapons on. Although I would definitely put on one non-magic too, because, you know, the magic warding is everywhere. Alright, but yeah, definitely buy a suit. I can't stress that enough. Buy a suit. I'm gonna say Bruiser. If I had to pick order, okay, this is for the last thing. If I had to pick an order, Bruiser would be number 1. Then I would say Tactician. No. Yeah, Bruiser, Tactician, Blaster, Infiltrator, Scrapper. That order would be the order that I would consider buying these things in. Because Tactician and Blaster I'm kind of on the fence on because they're both good. But, you know, giving people extra turns is kind of a pain. Counterattacks, eh. But Agents, I think, fare better Tactician than Blaster because there's tons of good Blaster heroes instead. So, you know, for you, Agent's a more utility tank, and Tactician's better for that. So, there we go. Before I ramble on for more than 37 minutes, 36 and 58 seconds, 37, bye.